They said in Harry Potter, so we'll be all
Yeah,
right.
that's true. But, like, does that mean... So I've actually always wondered this, because I think bloody is a swear word over in Britain. So, like, can they say American swear words in, like, kids' stuff in Britain?
I don't know.
Like, do they have, like, a PG-13 movie in Britain, but they're allowed to say the F word?
Oh,
I'm going to go to London one day and just start dropping F-bombs around kids and see if anyone reacts.
See if anybody says anything.
And then nobody will say anything, and I'll say bloody one time. And be like, you wash your mouth, unclean. Cheerio, all you popcorn bucket lovers. It is another edition of the very fine popcorn bucket list. And due to one of the movies we are previewing here today, I am lifting the British accent band that I had on this guy here right now. That's right. It's time for a bloody good time as we talk about some movies here. I'm not even exactly sure which accent I'm doing, but I think I've heard some British people talk like this.
Yeah.
You sound like you're
Cheerio.
You sound like you're from London.
I'm from London.
Before we insult too many people here, that'll probably pop up a few times here and there, but you will understand what we're talking about later. But first, let's talk about one of the big projects we got coming up here. We kind of filmed this last minute. It was kind of a last minute idea, but we're kind of excited about it. Over a year ago, we introduced a show called Nerd Bracket.
Yep.
It's where we took pop culture things, and then in the first episode, we took the DC and the Marvel heroes from the movies and made them compete in a NCAA bracket style to see who was the strongest. The panel of experts I picked were wrong, and so we decided to do it again. This time with the release of Obi-Wan coming out and the something anniversary of when Star Wars came out. We are going to do the Star Wars movies in a bracket style form. It's a little bit different than how we did the Marvel versus DC. But you'll have to check out next Tuesday. We got heated at some points.
It was heated.
I was about to throw some things.
Yeah, there were some insults thrown and some dirty looks shot across the room.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, but it was fun. So I hope you guys check that out.
We had fun. We had fun.
We have fun here. We have fun here. Cross that off your bingo card for we reference South Park. But with that, let's move into the previews here, Governor, as we start things off with Friday, May 20th. Oddly enough, this is the big one of the weekend, Downton Abbey, A New Era. This is the most British thing I have ever seen in all of history. Look, people, there's a fan base for this.
There is.
This is a sequel.
Yep.
There was a long-running TV series. They've made 4 TV movies. They've made a movie. This is a sequel to the movie.
And it's crazy. And then I think you go back into how many people are obsessed with the Queen and Prince Harry and Meghan.
The
whole
royal family
controversy
drama.
and that. People just love that and eat it up. And, like, they are just cashing in the money right now.
Yeah.
Although, if somebody could get me a clip of somebody on that show saying, anything off the trolley, dear, I would lose my mind and I'd go watch it.
I'm not gonna have time to do that. So that's on whoever's watching.
If they have that, that'd be sweet.
I guess
I would love that.
But yeah, it's you know what's interesting to me about this movie though, knowing nothing about the franchise. The Downton Abbey. That's the name of the mansion they're in. Looking at the trailer, half the time it's not even going to be spent at Downton Abbey. It's going to be spent in France. That's false advertising,
that's
people.
False advertisement. That's terrible.
That's bloody blimey, Governor. That's
rubbish.
It's rubbish.
Rubbish.
Pretty sure bloody's like a swear word over
Yeah, I
there.
think
Are we
it
going to be
is.
fun saying that?
We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
So one of the most British things I've ever seen. Have no idea about what the whole franchise is. I don't know how insulting this whole segment has been to the British people. If you are watching, first of all, thank you to the British demographic for watching. Yeah, and we hope we have not lost you as a viewer. But let's move into some less serious topics here. Also coming out that same weekend, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. This is coming straight to Disney+. I had no idea about this movie. It feels like I heard the first of it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Saw the trailer, laughed way more than I thought I would.
Yeah. I am actually going, when I first heard Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, I was like, Disney+, probably not going to watch it. And then I watched the trailer, and holy cats, it looks awesome.
It's got some funny jokes in there.
It does.
And a funny cast. You got the Chip 'n Dale characters being voiced by Andy Samberg and John Mulaney.
Yeah.
Two SNL alums who have proven themselves in the comedy world. But they make fun of kind of like live action reboot kind of thing. Like one of the big jokes early on is like the one that's played by John Mulaney, he's still animated in like 2D format in the real world, whereas Andy Samberg's is a 3D animated CGI. And he's like, yeah, I got that CGI lift, basically.
Yeah, and like I think, and if you notice a lot of the other characters, some of them are what looks like to be like how they were animated originally. So like when they're showing different characters, you can see different animation styles, and to me that looks super interesting. Just the fact that they have like totally different, and when you're watching those two on the screen together, it's like, oh, one looks so good, one looks so plain,
but it seems intentional. It doesn't even seem like a cost cutting thing, which like this is what's so interesting to me. It seems like this is actually a movie that was put in a lot of effort, either with the material and also the animation styles and everything. Like, why wouldn't this be one that you put in theaters?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like they'll put out some like lame ones like Tom and Jerry or something like that. Tom and Jerry gets a theater release. Yeah. Something that had no effort put into it whatsoever. But this movie has a streaming service release. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
And then finally coming out this weekend is the Valet. How's it pronounced? Valet. Are we?
Where can I park my double-decker bus?
That wasn't even British. That wasn't even British.
That was bad.
What even was that? I don't even know. That wasn't even British. You know what? We're done talking about Downton Abbey. The band is back on.
We're done.
The band is back on. But this is a Hulu straight release. This is my theory. Someone on the writing team saw the first draft of that Marry Me movie with Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson a while ago. And was like, what if we made it more of a comedy and also a valet? Because I got some vibes of that here.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm trying to, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce his name right, but Eugenio Derbez, probably butchered that. But I think he's generally an underrated actor. He was in Coda. He was a great supporting cast member in Coda, that movie I've raved about enough on this show. But he, along with another great cast member, Samara Weaving, who we've known from kind of starting up some horror movies here. Mm-hmm. Basically, Samara's character, she's like a big star. And then, what is it? She like, is it that she breaks up with someone? Or like, they need to find some like boyfriend or couple thing for her. And somehow a picture comes out or it looks like the valet is getting in the car with her or whatever. And so for some reason the press just like runs with it. Which, so a lot of this movie seems outlandish, but to be completely honest, knowing how the paparazzi and the press go and how they'll just take a thing and run with it, I'm surprised something like this hasn't already happened. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if there were stories that in the real life that maybe got started out that way, and then after they realized it was like, it's total baloney. Yeah. Like, then they stopped it. But, like, I could definitely see where this stuff like this has happened before in real life.
But, we'll have to see how that one shakes up. But one place you could check out the theatrical release movies, both the new ones coming out this weekend and some old ones as well, is the Marshall 6 Theater. Summer movie season is upon us. That means it's going to get a little hotter outside. You know, a good place to chill out, quite literally, Marshall 6 Theater. I walk through there a lot. It is nice and cool in there.
Yeah. And, you know, they do have a new icy flavor now. They got Hawaiian Punch flavored icy. So check it out next time you're there. It's a little tasty, little refresher, a little cool down. Mm-hmm. It's wonderful.
Yep. Well, with that, let's move into some number one recommending here. This is some of the things we've watched recently that we think you guys should check out as well. I'll start us off here. This is a movie I've been meaning to see for a long time. It's Free Guy. I was a little hesitant with this movie because it almost seems like Ryan Reynolds is heading down a path where it's starting to look like all of his movies might blend together. We talk about Liam Neeson. Didn't even mean to do that, but how all of his action movies is just the same thing over and over and over again. I'm almost worried Ryan Reynolds is pointing towards that path, especially considering how the director of like his last few movies has been the same director. However, they have been working good together, and they've been doing some interesting plots. I went into this movie kind of thinking it was going to be a little run-of-the-mill. The very beginning of it, I'm going to be honest, is pretty much a ripoff of the Lego movie. I never thought I'd say that. But it does bring up some interesting ideas. And one thing that will constantly, no matter how many movies Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds make, their action is pretty inventive. And it's pretty fun and pretty well shot. So, but Ryan, what have you been watching? What do you got to recommend here?
So this week I'm going to go ahead and recommend Candy on Hulu. This is I think it's an 8-part miniseries. I've seen 3 episodes now. It's got not Blake Lively, Jessica Biel.
I got in his head with the Ryan Reynolds thing.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You got me. Stars Jessica Biel and Melanie Lipinski. I think I'm saying that right. Lipinski.
It's not like we didn't practice this before the show 5 times.
Yeah, but it's about a couple that engaged in some extramarital affairs, and she ends up killing one of them, and then it's kind of the back and forth. And it's based on a true story, but Jessica Biel's character is awesome in this, and it's really good. I'm only 3 episodes in, but I really enjoy it. It's great. A little darker, but it's awesome.
Yeah, kind of a misrepresenting title there. Don't go into this thinking it's going to be a documentary on how they made like the Hershey bar or something like that.
It's not.
I'm not saying I fell for that or anything, but I'm just saying don't do it. But that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Popcorn Bucket List. Again, check out next Tuesday where we will drop our nerd bracket picks for the Star Wars movies. Let's be honest, you're probably going to disagree with all of them, or maybe none of them. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we got it right this time.
We didn't. But come check it out and let us know what you think. Any of your own movie recommendations, again, put them in the comments down below. Send us a carrier pigeon, a letter. Just don't say it to us up on the street. We're not those kind of celebrities, all right? If you come up to us in a restaurant, we will be jerks to you. That's just how we roll.
Yeah. My fight.
Yeah. He might. I'm just going to passively aggressively ignore you, but that's just
I might say, you better watch what you're saying, bud.
That wasn't even British. That was Scottish. That was so clearly Scottish.
How do British people insult somebody?
They say bloody, I guess.
You wanker. Yeah, you wankers.
For myself and Ryan Meyerberg, we'd like to thank you so much for watching, and we will see you at the movies.